Hey dude, this is Jaden Storm coming at you, and I have a follow-up on the movie that I made talking about the top 5 clans of all time. Um, Looking at everything that they had, as opposed from set 1 to set 15, and everything in between, which were the top 5 clans. And if you haven't checked that out, please go do so. And in this one, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to talk about the bottom 5 clans of all time, and this is my personal opinion, so if it does not match yours, I apologize. I'm not meaning to insult you if you play any of these clans, because I have played 2 of them. And I've attempted a third, but then I gave up on it very quickly. But so here we go. The bottom 5 clans of all time. 5th place, Spike Brothers. And that, Spike Brothers, as a person who played football and loves football very, very much, it's hard for me to admit that the Spike Brothers clans may have been something that they shouldn't have done and just came up with something different. The Spike Brother clan, they got a lot of support in, I can't remember which one it was. It was the extra booster with Ren that had Spectral Duke in it, and then they got some stuff in set 2, but it's like the deck got just enough to be somewhat competitive, and then they just disappeared, just like they were nowhere around, period, and then set 10 rolled around, and then they're like, okay, here's a break ride, here's a new boss monster, here's a reprint of your perfect guard, which really pissed me off that some of these other clans aren't getting it. But here's a new reprint of your perfect guard, and let's see what else. Here's a couple other grades, and here you go. Here's enough to pacify you Spike Brother fanboys. Shut up and go away. That really kind of ticked me off. It's like, I mean, I gave up on it because my Spike Brother deck was stolen. My very first one, the Dudley Emperor version. I was really pissed about it, but you know, what are you going to do? Spike Brothers is 5th place on this list. And I forgot to tell you guys, the clan, my first alternate that would have made this list if they hadn't got such insane support in set 15 would have been Mega Colony. But Mega Colony gets an amazing break ride. They get just some stupid stuff in that set, and that's their. Like, here's the bottom 5, and then there's Mega Colony. I do not think Mega Colony will ever move from this spot. It's here forever. The Mega Colony is just meant to suck. I'm sorry. Set 4. 4th place, Murakumo. Murakumo. The first few new. What I think Murakumo was is between. It was either set 1 or 2. We got like 4 Nubatama cards. 4. And I don't know why they just gave out 4 cards, and literally that was it. We got a grade 0, a grade 1, a grade 2, and a grade 3, and that was it. Because the only way you could have played the deck is if you mixed it with another red clan, and usually it was the Kageros. I really don't think Murakumo is even that great of a clan. I mean, they did get they got minimal boss support. I mean they had Mandala Lord, which I really didn't think was that great. Shirayuki, I think, is the best one they have, because when you attack her, she can Persona Blast and drop your attack by 20,000. I think that is the only good one I've seen. But overall, I think Murakumo is in the bottom class of Vanguard, and I tried playing this clan, but it's just not me. But looking at everything they have, I don't think it's fair to say that they're in this bottom 5. Number 3, and this is going to go out to my friend Zane. I'm sorry, bud, but Grand Blue. Grand Blue, I don't know, guys. They got a lot of support in set 2. They got some in that extra booster as well, and then they weren't seen for ever. They didn't get any support again until set 13. So they left this huge gap in between, and they just kind of fell off the face of the earth. And I don't think that's right. I played Grand Blue at one point, and I even had a deck. I ended up selling it because it just wasn't. I had other decks that I would have rather played. I think I ended up selling it to build my first Shadow Paladin deck, if I'm remembering correctly. But anyway, what really ticks me off is Spike Brothers got a reprint of their Perfect Guard, but in set 13, neither Great Nature nor Grand Blue is going to get a reprint of their Perfect Guard, but Spike Brothers did. That really pissed me off. But it's like for Grand Blue, they're like, all right, here, have a brake ride, have a reverse unit, and maybe 1 to 5 other cards, and that should be enough to pacify you Grand Blue players, and there you've had it. That really kind of ticked me off. I think Grand Blue deserves some love. I think it's a cool clan. I really think it has a neat idea behind it. They never really did anything with it. I mean, my friend Zane has, who I do the Jaden Zane show with, by the way, guys, just saying this one more time. This past weekend at my locals, we did not film it because he had to leave early and he couldn't stay, so we will just carry it over to next week, but he has done probably the best with the deck that I've seen. I just wish that they did the clan right, because I think Grand Blue could have been so much more if they would have just kept giving it a little support, or dare I say, a trial dex or something, or an extra booster or something. But I think Grand Blue could have been a very, very good clan if it gotten, a little more love. Second place. Well, actually, I think I have this reversed. But anyway, okay, let's just say for this, all these 5 clans, they're in no particular order. They're just literally on the rock bottom of the pyramid, okay? Great Nature. Great Nature. I love Great Nature, guys. I have a Great Nature deck, and I'm going to be building Leopold Reverse because I like animals. But I do not think, even with the support, it's hard. Great Nature is the one clan that did not get out of this top 5. Mega Colony got out for the simple fact being they got a break ride that pretty much gives your opponent a free turn, which I don't think is good for the game. But I don't know. Great Nature, they kind of gave it okay. Here's some stuff in set 9, and it was set 7, and then they got a little more support in 8, and then it's like they just stopped doing things with them. And Great Nature is finally getting more support again in set 13. They get a pretty good break ride, in my opinion. It's probably the best double rare break ride that there'll be, but I don't think Leopold Reverse is enough to get them out of the worst 5 clans in Vanguard, or the bottom 5, or the bottom of the pyramid, whatever you want to say. Even having Great Nature will now have access to a cross ride. They will not be out of the top 5, and that is sad, because I do love my Great Nature deck a lot. It is very, very fun to play, but it's it's not out of that bottom 5, and it's sad, but it is what it is, guys. And finally, the clan I think is the bottom of the bottom in all of Vanguard is Neo Nectar. And I apologize to every Neo Nectar player out there, because that's got to be hard for you to hear. I apologize. But let me explain before, if you're a Neo Nectar player and you get a voodoo doll and start throwing curses on me for saying that. Let me explain why I think Neo Nectar is considered, so low on the totem pole in Vanguard in so many people's minds. Here's why. They did not do Neo Nectar justice. They put it in the wrong set. Set 5 is when Neo Nectar was introduced. And guys, in that clan, if you were getting into set 5, you were getting into set 5 for one of 2 reasons. Majesty Lord Blaster or Draconic Overlord the End. If you were getting into set 5 and you were a major competitive player, chances are you were going after one of those 2. I think if they wanted to release set Neo Nectars and do it right, they should have done this. They should have put it in set. Let's see, we had set 6, and then we got set 7, and then we got set 5. What they should have done is given us Neo Nectar in set 7 or 8. I'm leaning more towards 8. Here's why. All set 8 really gave us was Aqua Force. They gave us a little support for D-Police, and then giving them the Great Dayusha, and there was a couple other minor things, but there wasn't anything majorly groundbreaking in Set 8 that made just people go apeshit. I think if they would have said, we're going to hold Neonectar and release it in Set 7 or 8, because Set 7 was also really not that great. Now, there's a card in Set 7 right now that's going for $35, $40, and that's Luki A, and everything else in that set's pretty much dead. Set 7, you got the release of Great Nature, you got Pelennor for Gold Paladins, you got some minor things, but you didn't get anything that was just, oh my gosh, this is a set I need to buy 5 boxes of, So if they wanted to do Neonectar right, what they should have done was put it in Set 7 or Set 8. And I think the clan would be a lot better off, because it would have had a better chance to succeed. It's like, okay, do you want to put Neonectar's chances of succeeding against Great Nature and Aquaforce, or do you want to put Neonectar's chance of succeeding against Majesty Lord Blaster, the King of Cray, and Dragonic Overlord the End, the most feared card in Vanguard? That's a pretty easy answer. Okay, Neonectar, if you had to pick which group you wanted to fight against, it's clear you would run toward Aquaforce and Great Nature and fight them. But that's my opinion, guys. And I think the reason that they did that, they immediately set Neonectar up to fail. Now, Set 16, Neonectar is getting more support, so maybe someone at Bushiroad spoke up and said, hey guys, we didn't do this clan right. No one's some people play it, but it's not doing anything. If you're going to a major competitive tournament, Neonectar is probably the last deck that crosses your mind that goes, hey, I'm going to build Neonectar and go play it at this major tournament. And that's not an insult to Neonectar players. It's just a fact. I've never played the Neonectar clan personally. I think it has a neat concept behind it. It's like Great Nature. It has recyclability, which is nice, but they did not do the Neonectar clan right. They didn't introduce it in the right way, and because of them not introducing it the right way, it just never took off. And there are some people out there, and if you're loyal to your Neonectars and you play them no matter what, power to you. I give you the fist bump. I'll give you a hug. Anybody who can play that deck, and not give up on it, I give props to. Ask my friend Zane. And Zane can vouch for this in the comment section below. I support him because he plays Grand Blue, even though everyone else says, Grand Blue's nothing, they get minor support, and there's still nothing. I give that guy props because he still plays Grand Blue, and he still holds his head up high and waves the Grand Blue flag proudly. And if you're the same way with Neonectar, power to you. But in my opinion, Neonectar is the bottom clan because they were not brought into the game the right way. They were shown in 1 episode, 2 episodes in the anime so far, by 2 kids that thought they were weeds and 1 girl who was just an evil reversed bitch. So they really haven't given Neonectar any kind of platform or reason to succeed. But, if you play them and you love them and you win with them, power to you. You're awesome. I support you. And any Neonectar player or player that's ever tried to make them work or have built the deck and tried it, I applaud you. So anyway, guys, this again is my opinion. If you would like to share your opinion with me, I would love to hear it in the comment section below. Feel free to tell me whatever you think. Just please keep it tasteful. Don't, call for my head. I'd like to see what you think the bottom 5 clans in Vanguard are and maybe what your reason is. I'd love to get some feedback, guys. So anyway, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Thumbs up the video for me, and I will see you later.